Hello, welcome to this presentation. My name is Irina, for those who are joining us now. And in the next 60 minutes, you will discover how you can make $2,991 in 87 minutes thanks to webinars. By the end of this presentation, you will have an easy-to-implement 5-step strategy that will allow you to apply webinars in your business and increase your profit. Please make sure that you have everything you need to feel comfortable and also to take notes. And I would like to encourage you to participate in this presentation because I would like to make it more interactive, and I will ask you questions and I will ask for your opinion as well if you don't mind to share it with us. So spend this hour as productive as possible. So we will do this in 5 simple steps. In step 1, I will show you how business owners, who are also my friends, colleagues and mentors, profit from webinars. I have picked up 5 live case studies, including mine, so you will see it for yourself. In step 2, I will share how I made $2,991 in 87 minutes using joint venture webinar strategy, and how you can do it too, following 5 simple steps. In step 3, I will take you through webinar scenarios and figures that help you define your profit. In step 4, I will reveal 4 great resources to find experts in any niche for a JV project. And in step 5, you will discover how to maximize your webinar's profit. I will share with you my 9 secret insider tips that I learned on the way. And in the end of the presentation, I will show you how I can help you achieve great results in your business with webinars. And we will have a question and answer session. I value your time and my time as well, and I would like to reward those of you who stay till the end with a special gift. I can assure you, you won't be disappointed when I reveal this gift to you at the end of the webinar. And now, let's get to know each other a little bit closer. First of all, who is Irina Milova and why you should listen to me? You can judge by my name and the accent, and you may be right. My native language is Russian, and I moved to the UK in 2007. I started my career as a university lecturer in Russia and went through a few really big challenges on my way from being an employee to becoming a business owner. I have been a business owner for 8 years now, and during this time I successfully sold 2 businesses of mine, and one was a travel agent in Russia and the other was a visa agent in London. And as I'm telling you my story, I would also love to know a little bit about you. I have a question for you here. Do we have any business owners on the call today? Could you please type yes, and also could you please type what is the nature of your business, so that we can have an idea who is with us on the call today. I'll repeat this. If you run your own business, could you please type yes? And next, social media, thank you. And next to this, could you please type what is the nature of your business? Whether you are an internet marketer, a business coach, maybe you are an insurance broker, maybe you're an accountant. I'll wait for a few more answers. Great, we have a property investor with us today. Recruitment, interesting. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And now for those who are employed but who are thinking to start their own business, who are about to start, can we hear from you now? Could you please type yes in the chat box? Anybody thinking of running their own business and on the way to starting? Okay, a couple of people. Thank you. I can see from your replies that we have both business owners and those who are about to become business owners. That's wonderful, because you are all in the right place. Why? Simply because that means we have a lot to share and we can give a lot of value to each other. And one more thing I love and respect in business owners and those who are moving towards this direction is that you have the right attitude and the right mindset. And that's why I'm sure you'll get a lot out of this training today. Now, for a moment, let me come back to 2007. When I came to London and started looking for a job, I did not have my own email address. I used my husband's email address. I did not have my own laptop, not because I couldn't afford it, but because I didn't think it was necessary, and I used my husband's laptop. So this is how far from being technical and how ignorant I was to the world of the internet, if you can imagine that. Now, that was in 2007. By 2012, I have created 3 information products. One is an e-booklet on Schengen visas. I also sell it on Amazon as a Kindle edition. The other one is a social media traffic maximizer course with me as a co-author. And product 3 is a course on how to sell more products and services using webinars. Also in 2012, I did 11 joint venture projects. And I was invited to do presentations on how webinars can help business specialists. And that was for the Southeast branch of HSBC Bank in London. And on this slide, I would like to share with you a certificate, because this is a sign of acknowledgement from a company called Ezine Articles or Ezine Articles. And this company, so this is the biggest article directory on the internet, and they're known for their reputation of putting only good quality material on their website. So it feels really great to be acknowledged by somebody like this. And obviously because such things also help you build your credibility. And now I'm an online entrepreneur and help business owners grow their business using online marketing strategies. And webinars are one of those strategies. And a question for you now. Please tell me who wants to know how to profit from webinars and how you can increase your income thanks to webinars. Anybody wants to know this? Thank you very much. Yes, we have many positive replies. So let's begin with step 1, how you can profit from webinars. And here I will be showing you 5 case studies. So we will be talking about Audrey and Matt, who did $1,500 in 90 minutes thanks to their webinar presentation. Another case study of Layla Anderson, $3,476 in 90 minutes. And then my mentor, Stephen Essa, who did $9,000 in 60 minutes. Lucy Johnson, $26,000 in 21 days. And then it will be my case study. Let's begin with Audrey and Matt. They did their first webinar on raw food recipes, and Audrey told me that they had 65 people on their live event, on their live webinar. They offered a series of paid webinars where they shared different raw food diets and cooking tips. So this is what they offered at the end of their presentation. And they earned $1,500 in 90 minutes from their first raw food webinar. And now they do webinars on a regular basis. Case study number 1, Layla Anderson created her first webinar for those who wanted to know how to attract more visitors to their websites. At the end of the webinar, she made her listeners an offer, and that was a 6-week coaching program where she would coach them through a weekly webinar, and she earned $3,479 as a result of that event. And case study number 3 is of Stephen Essa, and he achieved this by using a joint venture webinar strategy. So this is what he says: I did $18,000 in sales in 90 minutes without a website, without a list or a product. And this is his story. One day I was talking to a friend of mine and she mentioned a lady that had a database of 1,000 people. By a database, for those of you who may not be familiar with this, these are our clients and we normally have their emails. We can send emails, communicate to them via emails, and we call them either else or our database. I got in contact with her and it turns out she was a barrister. She had a law-related product she wanted to sell. Her plan was to travel around Australia to deliver seminars and to sell her offer. I found out that she had never emailed her list before, nor sold anything to them. Instead, Stephen suggested her a different plan. He suggested her doing a webinar, and that was his proposal. She would create a $3,000 offer for her audience. He would set up the webinar through his GoToWebinar account, like I'm doing now. He would create the copy for the webinar registration page. He would write and send out the emails to her list. He would interview her during the webinar. He'd arrange to collect the money and they share the profit 50-50. And she agreed to this joint venture. Here is the result. Out of 1,000 people on her list, 60 people attended the webinar and they generated $18,000 in sales in 1 hour. 6 people bought her $3,000 offer. Just to remind you, I would advise you to take notes of the figures that you can see in this case study, because these figures will help you identify your profit and to get an insight, a deep insight on how to achieve this goal. It's really important, okay? And case study number 4. This is a form of fitness and instructor. You can learn new marketing. The first 20 days. She then did a community site where she would teach 1 new marketing strategy a month, personal trend, and members. How to keep them? Transfer 1 or trial membership at the end of the webinar. Audience who means doesn't. I'd like to ask you if you want to know how we thank you for your interest. So first of all, I would like to share 3 reasons why I recommend a JV webinar project and why I did it this way as well. So reason number 1 is this is the quickest way to start making money. Reason 2 is it is the easiest way to start making money with webinars. And reason number 3 is even if you are an expert and have a product, it may take you months before you're ready to do your first webinar. And this happens for all different reasons. And mainly, this happens because webinars are a new strategy to many of us. And because we're always busy with something else, and it may be like we do have a product, but we may think that it is not good enough, for example, and this is how people procrastinate, because whenever I go to network events or conferences and seminars, I talk to a lot of business owners and those who are starting their businesses if they do webinars. And the answers that I get, they want to do, but very few people implement this strategy. Now, in my case, when I was starting out, I didn't have my own product, and by product, I mean either a software that you would like to sell, and you know everything about this software, you know how it works, you know the benefits, and you can teach people about this software. By product, I also mean a home study course. And it also can be a coaching program. So I didn't have any of those, and that's why I decided to do my first webinar using JV webinar strategy. For those of you who are not familiar with what a joint venture is, I will briefly explain to you. A joint venture is a collaboration between 2 businesses for the purpose of making money. It is usually set for a short period of time and allows companies to profit from opportunities they might not be able to profit from individually. And in a joint venture, you may bring to the table your webinar organizing skills, and an expert will bring to the table a product to sell and a mailing list of prospects to promote the webinar to. There can be slight variations, of course, but normally a joint venture happens when people have different skills, and this is how they can use it to each other's benefits. Of course, with the time, you can become an expert and you can do webinars on your own, but even then, it's really good, and it can be a great strategy, another great strategy for you to invite other experts in your niche for your clients to benefit from some other products or from other services if you're thinking to expand your business, for example. So it can still be a very viable and very profitable strategy. Now, how I did that in 5 simple steps, how I came to that result, to earning $2,991 in 87 minutes, thanks to a JV webinar strategy. Step number 1, I started with a topic. You need to choose the topic by picking up a problem in your niche and identifying a powerful solution. The problem that I picked up was how to get more traffic to a website, and the solution I wanted to give is how to get traffic using social media platforms, and in particular Facebook pages. And step 2 is to find an expert. Live events like seminars, conferences, international marketing summits are great platforms to look for experts. You can listen to them live on stage. You can also see who is popular and sells well, and you can have a quick chat with the expert. If you like them, and that's a great opportunity to build a rapport with them. And then you can take it from there. So this is exactly what I did. After that, I sent a message to 5 social media experts, and I did it via Facebook. I really find Facebook Facebook messages are getting more positive replies to me and quicker replies compared to email messages, for example. So I received 2 positive replies, and I went ahead with this. Important tip here for you: when you are making your choice, make sure that the expert has a product to sell and a list of prospects he can market the webinar to. And then step number 3 is to get in touch. So I arranged a Skype call to discuss the JV project details. Please make sure that you discuss the following during your very first conversation. A webinar date. Set it up within the next 30 days, okay, to make your project take off the ground. Then you need to discuss your webinar title and offer, not in details, but in general. You need to know whether the expert is willing to provide a solution, whether he understands that problem, solution, focus. So I would advise you to go through all of this during your very first conversation. How many people you want to have on your webinar, promotion plan, and your agreement. So this is what I did. So that was step 3. And step 4 is all practical. It's about setting up a webinar and also about the presentation. An important point here is the title. You need to have a catchy title that attracts the attention of your audience. You need to discuss the content of the registration page. Again, a very, very important step to have in terms of copywriting, well, bullet points and call to action and visuals. And by visuals, I mean the logos that you're going to use, the photos of the experts, of the panelists, if you're having a few of them, for example, all these sorts of things. And step 5 is all about promoting and marketing your webinar. This is exactly what we did. We set up a series of 5 emails to our lists. I set up a Facebook event. I contacted administrators of large Facebook pages in our niche, and I asked for their permission to place the webinar link on their page. We both sent tweets to our followers about the webinar, inviting them to register. I set up a Facebook ad campaign to promote the webinar. So this is exactly what we did. So here is our result. We had 87 attendees on the webinar. Figures, again, please take notes. 6 people bought the product, and the price was $997, and the product was a coaching course. We split the sales 50-50, and each of us made $2,991. Just to recap, here are 5 steps to do joint venture webinars. Step 1. Start with a topic by choosing a problem in your niche and identifying the solution. Step 2 is to find an expert who can provide this solution. Step 3 is to get in touch with him, to arrange either a Skype call, face-to-face, whatever is convenient for you, to discuss the JV project details. Step 4 is to set up a webinar, and step 5 to promote your webinar. And now it's your turn. I have a question for you. Did you learn something new by now? Yes, and what did you learn? Yes, yeah, thank you. Yeah, everything is straightforward. Thank you. Okay. We are now, yes, let's move on to step 3, where we are talking about scenarios and figures that help you define your webinar profit. And what we are going to do here is you will see how webinars help you sell more. And we will also compare webinars and emails. When you send an email with an offer to buy, the conversion rate or the sales rate you can expect is between 1 and 2%. And let me give you a live example here. I was selling an online service for $27 via email, and the email was sent to 1,600 people. 20 people bought this service, and that means the sales rate was 1.2%. When you sell something on a webinar, a typical sales rate is between 5 and 10%. Let's have a look at 2 examples. Live example number 1, where we had 87 attendees on the webinar, and we did 6 sales, which is 5.2 sales rate or conversion rate, as we say. And live example number 2, I hosted a webinar and invited an expert on Pinterest. The expert made an offer at the end of the presentation at the price of $97. Out of 25 attendees, 5 people bought the product. The sales rate is close to 20%. And I would like to add something else about this webinar, and this is again for you to take notes. This was a test webinar. We tested here a new product, hence this price, this $97 price. And as you can see, the conversion rate was quite high. So when you test it and you see that it is selling, of course, next step would be to advertise this webinar on a larger scale, having more people, and you can also upgrade the offer, making it making it more interesting, adding more content, adding more value to the offer, and selling it at $297, $397 at a different price point. Okay, this is what you can do as well. And here are here is more information for you to get a better understanding how figures work and what you can do with webinars when you have a different number of people and different price point for your products. If 50 people attend your webinar and 10 people buy a product which is $97, you can make $970. If 100 people attend your webinar and 10 people buy a $1,000 offer, that's $10,000 in sales. If 100 people attend your webinar and 7 people buy a $3,000 offer, that's $21,000 in sales. During my first JV webinar, I had 87 people attend and 6 bought a $997 offer. So we did $5,982 in sales in 90 minutes. So these figures are also for you to find out and to see different price points and what products you would like to offer for each of them when you start thinking of your first webinar or of your next webinar, and how you can actually deliver and what you can earn. Okay, so let's recap. This is what you have learned. You now know how different businesses profit from webinars. I've taken you through 5 real case studies, and I shared exactly how I made $2,991 in 87 minutes using JV webinar strategy, and also how I did it following 5 simple steps. You have different scenarios and figures. You have an idea what you can expect from a webinar, and this will help you define, and this will help you calculate your webinar's profit. And in step 4, I will share with you 4 great resources where to go to find experts in any niche, and also how to get them to work with you. So these are the resources that I will show you. And for this purpose, I will go online, I will do live demonstration and show you what you can do with each of these websites and why they are good. Let me start with this website, which is called rtir.com. RTIR stands for Radio TV Interview Report. This is their main page, and when we are looking for an expert, that means we need to find a guest for our interview. So I click on this box on the right. It is this report is published twice a month, and each issue lists between 100 and 150 authors and spokespeople, and they're all available for live or online interviews. And these experts are willing to do interviews free of charge because they are promoting something. They can promote a book, a product, a service, or a course. And let me navigate you through this website. So on the right here, you can see all different categories. And you can also see for yourself which categories are the most popular ones. I click here on business and careers. Now we're looking at the on the left, where you can see the titles of the articles. So you can browse through them and choose the most interesting title. You click on the title, And inside you can see the author of this article. And at the bottom, this is what you need. You have a brief description of the author's credentials. You can see what publications, what programs he took part, how popular he is on television, also availability, where they are based, and one more important thing is how you can contact them. In this case, we have a telephone number, you can see an email address, and also a website. So you can go to the website and see whether this is something of interest to you and whether you would like to contact them to arrange an interview, and after that invite them for your webinar presentation. This is how you can use this resource. Let's move on to resource number 2, and this is a website called technorati.com. Technorati.com is the largest blog directory on the internet. I click on blog directory here to show you how many blogs they host. As you can see here, they have more than 1,326,797 blogs as of today. And again, you will find thousands of blogs who are experts on their topic. You see lots of different categories and subcategories here. I will go to small businesses, which is very popular, by the way. And let me tell you something. Let me mention something else to you. You can also use all the resources that I'm going to show you and to navigate you through for your market research. See what clients want, what is happening in each of the niches, for example. And on this page, you see that blogs have numbers 1 to 3 and so on, and this is ranking because technorati.com also ranks each of the blogs. Number 1 is the top blog in their niche. Let me click on Social Media Examiner. Address here, it takes me to a directory. But if I click on Nicole's name here, nothing happens. It will, I will stay where I am. Instead, you need to go to the bottom of this article and click on Comments. And this is where you will get the information about the author. So here is a brief description of who she is, and when you click on her name here, it will redirect you to her personal blog. And this is where you can contact her in this section. So that was technorati.com. Resource number 3 is a very well-known search engine, google.com. And the way you can use it for our purposes is you put your subject in the search box. I will type social media and plus the word expert. And then you browse through the information that you have here. For example, on this website, you can see a database of speakers and experts. You also can see names, and you will be able to get videos of experts, and this is how you can browse and look for some names. Okay, so that was google.com, and resource number 3 is number 1 self-improvement site on the internet. It is called selfgrowth.com. And as of today, you see that they have 27,141 experts. And these are categories that you can browse: success skills, relationships, health, finances, mental health, spirituality, and lifestyle. I will go to success skills to show how you can find experts and how you can get in touch with them. We click on Find Experts here. And you see that for this niche they have 6,590 experts. Also, if success skills is too broad a niche for you, you can narrow your search by sub-niches, and then you see top experts including Anthony Robbins, Brian Tracy, and also all the rest of the experts. If you click on their names, Kristen, for example, you see her titles here next to her photo. Also what she does, what she's famous for, her credential, her achievements. And if you scroll down to the bottom, and this is what I like about this website, you will see Christie's audio and video programs. So you can immediately familiarize yourself with the products she has and whether they are a good solution for the audience, a solution that you are looking for. Also, Christie Whitman books. And if you are interested, you can come back and you can send a message to this expert. So to send a message, you need to register for this website, which is free, of course. And also, you can be part of this community as well if you are on the way of becoming an expert. So you can also register for this website and start publishing your works here. So these were 4 resources that I wanted to share with you. And let me come back to the slides. So the first resource was the website called rtir.com. The second was technorati.com. Number 3 was google.com. And number 4 was selfgrowth.com. So this is what you can find on the websites. Experts in different niches. With technorati.com, it is a blog directory with more than 1 million blogs. With google.com, it's your subject plus the word expert, and selfgrowth.com have more than 27,000 experts on a variety of subjects, including health, personal development, and education. And of course, the next step and the next question, after you know where to find experts, you need to contact them. You need to get in touch with them. So how do you go about it? Well, I'm sharing with you one of the templates that my mentor shared with me when I asked exactly the same question. Let me read it to you. Dear, you put the name. My name is Irina Milova and I love your, and here you put the product, either the book or the course that you are interested in to promote on your webinar. I think I can help you sell a lot of this product, or you can put here something about exposure, about getting them to a wider audience, and things like that. I specialize in organizing webinars for successful experts such as yourself at 0 cost to you. Webinars produce higher conversion rates than any other form of internet marketing, and typically 5 to 10 times more sales. They're a great way for you to connect with your audience and increase your sales, your authority, and your recognition in the marketplace. My team can set everything up for you. If you would like to discuss this in more detail, please feel free to contact me on, and here you can either put your telephone number, give your email address, Skype ID, whatever is convenient. Warm regards, your name. So this is what you can start with. Of course, you can modify it, you can add something you like according to your taste, but again, you have something to begin with, which is great. So let's quickly recap what we have learned so far. You now know how businesses can profit from webinars, businesses in different niches can profit from webinars, and how you can earn money using a JV webinar strategy, doing this in 5 simple steps. You also have a few scenarios and figures that help you calculate and define your webinar's profit. And now you learned about 4 resources to find experts in any niche, and you know how you can approach with them using a template of a letter that I have just shared with you. So actually now you have everything you need to start your first webinar. But I would like to take you even further today, and that's why I have added step 5. This is all about maximizing your profit, maximizing your sales. And here I will share 9 insider tips that I learned on the way, that I learned when I was doing 11 JV webinar projects. And insider tip number 1 is, don't go ahead with a JV webinar project before you make sure an expert understands how it works and agrees to terms of service, including the promotion costs, if they're involved, of course, and profit sharing. And let me tell you a story here that happened to me. So I was dealing with a very big expert, with a very famous expert, but she was very famous in her niche on stage. It was her first webinars, and she didn't know a lot of things about webinars. And only in the middle of the process, I found out that she wasn't going to split the sales 50-50, that she wasn't going to agree with the price point and that I suggested, and things like that. So it wasn't a very constructive conversation that we were having. So that's why this is my tip number 1. When you get in touch with an expert, please follow step 3 that I shared with you in this presentation. Okay, go and discuss all these points first, and then decide whether you would like to go ahead with this expert. Now, insider tip number 2 is about the days when it is the best to schedule your webinars. Of course, the worst choice would be Fridays and weekends. Avoid those days. Also bank holidays. But if you have to set up something for the weekend, then I would suggest doing it on Sunday evening. The best days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And, well, I'm based in the UK, and of course for me here, the best time is after dinner time, and this also allows me to touch on the US market because it is afternoon time in the US, in many parts of the US. But this is not good at all if I'm targeted any audience in Australia. So you would take note of this. So it depends on what audience you are targeting, what countries your audiences are based. Insider tip number 3, don't begin a webinar unless you make sure that people can hear you well. Ask the attendees to type yes in the chat box or raise a hand and take time to see when a few responses come. Insider tip number 4, make sure that you match the right expert and the right product with the right audience. If you fail to do that, people on the webinar will get confused and they will not buy. And they will start leaving your webinar. They won't even stay till the end if this is the wrong match. That's why take it seriously. Tip number 5 is always have a webinar rehearsal. Practice it with one of the panelists. A panelist is somebody, is actually an expert, is a person who you invite to speak on your webinar. Now, if a panelist is not available, which can be the case, they can be busy, or the connection may be not good, or something else, do it with your team member, do it with a friend, a relative. Ask somebody to help you. Send them a link to a webinar, like as a webinar attendee, and practice the whole presentation. Let them ask questions, let them answer their questions, see how it goes, because with practice mode, it it gives you an opportunity to do exactly, to recreate the exact atmosphere and do exactly the same things that you do on an actual webinar. And another important thing here is, of course, feedback. Get the feedback, improve your presentation, and again, it will bring you more sales. Insider tip number 6, be mindful of other people's time. Respect your audience. If you invite them to a 90-minute webinar, do your best to keep the promise. Don't make a marathon, a 4-hour marathon out of your presentation. But if you're going late, if you're getting late, or if you think that you don't have enough time to complete your presentation in 90-minute time, you can ask your audience, you can ask their permission to stay a little bit longer, but just do it politely, and your audience will respect you as well. Insider tip number 7, get in touch with people who send you questions without any delay. And remember, people who are asking questions are your potential customers. Now, what I'm talking here about is this. When you finish the webinar, the software that you are using, I use GoToWebinar. The GoToWebinar software sends an email one day after the webinar to all the attendees, and this is an opportunity for them to ask you questions, to send you questions, feedback, queries about your webinar. And this is when you should pay attention. So if there are any questions and people are coming back to you, use this opportunity and talk to them, because they are showing they're showing their interest, and they are your potential customers. So this was insider tip number 7, and insider tip number 8 is brainstorm 5 to 6 questions to ask the expert. We're talking about a JD webinar here, or a webinar model which is called an interview webinar model. And this presupposes that you are interviewing somebody, okay? You have a speaker or the expert. And I advise you to brainstorm 5 or 6 questions that you can ask the expert. Now, the expert being interviewed must give very good content. 6 minutes of great content will build up the reciprocity factor. That is, people will like them for providing so much value, and they will be much more inclined to buy from you. So this is what really helps you sell more products, sell more services on your webinars. Just to reiterate once again, the better the content provided, the more likely participants are to buy. And insider tip number 9 is to have an irresistible offer, and this is how you make it. You add bonuses to the offer. You offer a money-back guarantee. You make sure you explain everything in your offer well. You are enthusiastic about your offer. Also show proof that your product or service is great. Have testimonials, case studies, screenshots of results, etc. A question for you, it's your turn again. How can you make money with webinars now? Do you feel that it's easier for you now after you listened to my presentation today? For some people, yeah, for some people it is. Okay, good. Well, if you haven't done a webinar before, it can be a little bit overwhelming maybe. Well, I can relate to that, of course. But let me show you what I can offer to help you make money with webinars easy and fast. I have put together a simple step-by-step program, how to make money with webinars in 5 simple steps. It will help you learn how to profit from webinars within a few short weeks. And here is what you get with the program. In Module 1, you will learn how to choose the right topic for your webinar, where to go to find out what your clients want, how to give them what they want, and why identify a problem, provide a solution focus is really crucial. And the value of it is $297. In Module 2, you will learn how to contact potential joint venture partners and get them reply to you. I will give you 6 more resources to use, and I have prepared 5 templates of letters to send to experts, because there will be different situations. You may know some of the experts, and some of the experts can be new to you, so that's why you really need different ways of addressing to people and contacting them. Also, I will share here best and worst ways of getting in touch with an expert. And this is all based on my experience. The value is $297. In Module 3, you will learn what mistakes to avoid to ensure the success of your joint venture webinar project, who does what plan, and a checklist for you to use, what a JV process looks like, and what should go into the service agreement, what are the responsibilities of an expert, and what are the roles of a webinar organizer. So this is what we're talking about when it comes to the service agreement. And of course, I have templates for you. I have a template of a joint venture webinar agreement, and the value is $297. In Module 4, you will learn how to set up a webinar and create great content for your presentation fast. And here we are talking about choosing the webinar title. I will share with you copywriting tips plus examples of great titles. I will also teach you what are the components of a good title, what makes it good, what makes it attractive, how to write a compelling registration page, what to include, what are the bullet points, how to write a good call to action. Also, how to set up a webinar under 16 minutes. And this will be a video tutorial that will save you lots of time and lots of effort and energy as well. One crucial element to have on your webinar registration page, and the value of it is $297. In Module 5, you will learn how to promote your webinar, and I can tell you that this part makes 50% of your success, defines 50% of your success. So that's why it's really important to know what works and what doesn't work, and that's why you will learn 3 ways to get registrations for your webinar, as well as paid promotion strategies that work well for your niche and for your business in particular. You will also learn how to track and trace and save money when advertising. And I will share with you what days of the week are the least active for getting registrations, and how not to waste money on those days, and also what costly mistakes to avoid when you're marketing your webinar. The value of it is $297, though I feel that it is much, much more than that. So here is what other people say. Irina is one of the UK's top webinar experts. She knows everything from getting people to attend the webinar to creating a compelling presentation to selling at the end of it. She has personally been responsible for putting on a webinar for me that almost 100 people turned up to live, and many bought my product at the end too, so it resulted in profits. If you want to hire someone to help you sell with webinars, look no further than Irina. And that was Joseph Bushnell from JV Internet Marketing Services. I'm also giving you 30-day risk-free trial, and this is my guarantee. And if you don't like this program, or if you decide this is not for you, I will return you the money paid within 30 days. And you also get amazing bonuses. Bonus 1 is 5 live question and answer sessions where you'll have time to ask me in real time any question you may have at the time of the training. How good is that? And the value is $497. I know that as soon as you start implementing something, this is when you need somebody to answer your questions, to help you with the progress. And that's why I decided to add this bonus. This will be 5 live questions and answer sessions organized via webinars. And bonus 2 is unlimited email support for 12 months for more questions and access to me. The value of it is $397. I will be personally replying to your emails within the next 12 months, helping you to achieve even more with this strategy, because I know that webinars have huge potential, and I know what you can make out of them, and that's why I'm including, and I know it takes time, that's why I'm including this support for 12 months. And bonus number 3 is how to double your productivity. This is an interview with Paul Elliott. And Paul Elliott is one of my mentors, and he is a very successful internet marketer and a very successful speaker. And this interview helped me to increase my productivity, to get more things done within a day. And that's why I'm offering this to you as a bonus. I know how important it is to be in the right mindset frame. The value of it is $97. So this is what you are getting with my program. 5 online training modules. The value is $1,485. Module 1 is how to choose the right topic for your webinar. Module 2 is how to contact joint venture partners and get them replied to you. Module 3 is what mistakes to avoid to ensure the success of your JD project. Module 4, how to set up a webinar and create great content for your presentation fast. Module 5 is how to promote your webinar. And you're getting 3 amazing bonuses. Bonus 1 is 5 live question and answer webinar sessions. The value is $497. Question 2 is unlimited email support for 12 months. The value is $397. Bonus 3 is interview with Paul Elliott. How to double your productivity. The value is $97. You will also be getting complete recordings of all the 5 questions and answer webinars. And of course, members area with 24/7 access. Now the total value of all this is $2,476. But today, I'm not going to charge you this. This is my special offer for you today. It's only $497. I value your time. I'm grateful for you coming to this presentation and listening and taking this into account, and this is what I'm willing to do for you. So for today only, the special price is $497. The program is called How to Make Money with Webinars in 5 Simple Steps. And 5 simple steps are 5 modules. And the 5 simple steps are 5 modules. And to get this program, you can go to http://www.easywaywebinars.com/enroll. Now when you land on this page, you will see what is included in the program, all the modules and the bonuses, and you will also see Enroll Now button. When you click on the button, it will take you to the secure shopping cart. And then you need to enter your details and the system will navigate you through. So this is how simple it is. So please go to easywaywebinars.com/enroll. I also put this link into the chat box so you should be able to see this in your chat box now. This is what Guy says, "Hi Irina, thank you so much for your time and wisdom. It is a real contribution for me and helps me with my direction for 2013. And this is what Stuart Murray from moshimobi.com says. "I worked with Irina for the last few years. When you work with her, you realize she's really passionate about helping businesses to get started with developing online using webinars. She really understands how to make it simple, how to implement them, and the steps to go to get your products online and actually make money through webinars. The other great thing about Irina is that she speaks 2 languages. She speaks English and Russian, and that can be a valuable, really valuable resource to have on board to help you open up other markets. So when you get a chance, make contact with Irina. I really highly recommend her." So this is my program again, How to Make Money with Webinars in 5 Simple Steps. And it helps you to start making your first profit with webinars in a short few weeks. And today I'm offering it for you for a very special price of $497 only. And to get the program, please go to easywaywebinars.com/enroll. I would like to thank you for your time, and it's now time for your questions. And in the end, I would like to announce my special bonus for those of you who stayed till the end. So let's see what questions you have. I'm more than pleased to answer them. Yes, as I mentioned before, I'm using GoToWebinar. Somebody's asking how much GoToWebinar software. Right, with GoToWebinar, you can have a free trial. You can have a 30-day free trial, and then you can decide which plan to go for. And it depends how many attendees you're planning to have. If it is up to 100 attendees, it's $99 per month. And if it is more, if it is between 100 and 500 attendees, it's about $249, something like that. There are also alternatives like Meeting Burner, which is much cheaper. You can try this software. I didn't like it much, so I decided to continue using GoToWebinar. Right. How does this program work? Okay. So when you enroll for this program, you will immediately have access to 5 modules that I've told you about. And because my background is teaching, I've been teaching for 12 years, and I know how to get results, I know what works, and I'm all for active methods of teaching and learning. And that's why I've added 5 live question and answer sessions. And the idea is, after you study Module 1, or maybe you would like to start with Module 2, we schedule a webinar, and this will be a weekly webinar. Each week we will have a webinar, and this will be question and answer webinars. Everything you would like to find out or you have a problem with, I will be there for you to answer and help you move forward. So I would say the program will take 5 weeks. Thank you very much. I'm getting some feedback for this presentation. I enjoyed being with you on this call as well. Okay, before you go, and I would like to invite you to enroll for the program, and this is the link once again. It's easywaywebinars.com/enroll. And the bonus, I would like to announce the bonus for you. So the special bonus, we will send each of you an MP3 recording, which is an audio file called How to Create a Webinar Content Fast. Now, this will help you create a great presentation. You will learn how to write a title that attracts your audience attention, what elements should go into an introduction, why the main part of a webinar is crucial, and how to fill it with valuable content. Also, what type of offer to choose and how to make your offer compelling. And the best thing about this bonus is that it will be an audio download, which means that you can download it to your mobile phone and have it with you and listen to that and start implementing that in terms of starting creating your first webinar presentation. Is this good or good? Thank you for appreciating that. Yes, I know how good it is. Sure. That's right. Good. Thank you. And thank you very much. Okay, guys, if you have more questions later on, you can always send them via email. And for now, I would like to thank you for your time, and I will see you soon again. Thank you. Bye.